Hey, hi, my name is Sahil Suman. I'm an engineer turned journalist and content marketer. Currently, the founder of Com4Each, which is primarily an organization committed to help entrepreneurs, startups, and corporations in reaching out to larger stakeholders and building their brand through the power of digital storytelling. I have always believed that nothing connects to human lives than the power of stories, whether the story is about a person or a brand or a product. We love listening to stories, and with this in mind, I'm super excited to tell you the launch of our new podcast series called Candid with Com for Each. And through this podcast, we are going to bring to you the stories of individuals, professionals, and change makers who may not be your usual celebrity types, but their journeys, their stories are quite unique, and it will leave you spellbound to make a difference in the society. So I welcome all of you to be a part of this podcast community. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe our channel. And you never know, the next guest on this podcast can be you as well. So please spread the word in your circle and stay connected. See you.
मैं जाने ये वार दूं, हर जीत भी हार दूं, कीमत हो कोई तुझे. Nobody knows my story. Nobody knows the pain that I have gone through.
Thank you so much, Krishna Gali. First of all, for confirming this live session, and we are like very thankful to you. You can say like all of us are big fans of yours singing as well, right? I have with me my other co-founder, Miss Namrata, and
Okay.
Namrata, why don't you start and then introduce all of us? Go
Yeah,
on.
hi Krishna Kali. Welcome to our podcast show.
Thank you so much, Amrita.
We are looking forward to hear a lot from you.
Thank you.
Yes. So we have Sahil. I think you already know by now. He's the founder of our company, Comferees. So I'm his co-founder, Namrata. And we have Limi with us.
Hi Krishna Kali.
Hello, Limi. Hi.
Guys, I'll request like all of you while introducing, can you please mention your city also? So that Krishna Gali gets to know her fan base is quite a lot in different cities all across India.
Yeah, hi, my name is Limi, and I am one of the advisors for Com4Each, and currently I am in Hyderabad. Also, I used to sing a lot back then, and still now I do sing. Not a very good voice, but still I try very hard.
That's very
And
nice.
and when Sahil told me about that you are coming here, as a guest speaker, I was really I was very interested to attend this, knowing that how you have such a that tonal and that very lovely voice. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So
Thank you so much.
welcome to our first podcast. You are our first guest, and we are really
That-
looking forward to this.
I'm glad to be the first guest actually.
Yes. We always want to make sure that the first guest that we have should be someone really special.
Thank you for giving me such respect, such honor. Thank you.
Last but not the least, it's me, Sahil, and I'm a engineer turned journalist turned content creator by profession right now, and holding up this particular startup company in the field of social media marketing and content development. And I'm actually very thankful to all of these guys who are keeping me sane here, especially my co-founder Namrata's, like especially when it comes to decision making. I really feel they are the ones who keep this company going. They are the ones who are the biggest strength of this organization. So I'm nothing but just representing this organization. This is not just going to be a normal kind of podcast. Our aim, our whole intention is to, like, we are not going to ask you for some breaking news. We are not going to ask you, we are not going to ask you for some sensational updates. No, not at all. We want to take it very slow. We want to take it very intense, deep conversations, so that anybody listening to any remotest part of India can get inspired. And I'm sure like there are many who can relate to your story. So we all are very excited, Krishna Gali, to listen to your story, and that's why we have all gathered here today. So let's start with the first things first. Tell us something about your name, like Krishna Kali. What does it mean, and by whom this name was given to you?
Actually, this name was like my dad and my mom, they both are in the cultural field. So my dad is a theater artist and recitation vocal therapist. And my mom is a singer herself. So they both were, and because we are Bengali, so we have an idol, every Bengali that we pray for, that is Rabindranath Tagore. We follow his poetry, we follow his songs and all. So Krishna Kali
Okay.
is basically a poem by Rabindranath Tagore. So that depicts about the story is like very similar to mine. Matlab, it resembles my character as well. Krishna Kali is a person who has dark features, who has dark black eyes, and is a dusky complexion. And this sort of. So my dad always has found me this. So the first day that he had thought like, he just said, this is the name suitable for my daughter. So it's basically from my mom and dad who has been, taking this name.
Okay, okay. I think Krishna Kali also is the like combination of two words, Krishna plus Kali, and the word Krishna comes from Lord Krishna, I think, because he was also dusky in color, and like people used to love him irrespective of his like colors and all. And then
Yes.
Kali means the flower wala Kali.
Yes, the bud, basically.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Starting from your childhood, why don't you
Yes.
share something about how was it growing up in Tripura? Take us back to your childhood days.
Oh, that's gonna be a long story. It's not gonna end in this entire podcast. It's gonna take
We
a
know,
long.
we know that, yeah. But if you
But
can
yeah,
just briefly summarize it.
So basically, I was whatever personality right now I'm having. Right, a singer Krishna Kali was never known in her childhood. That time, I never knew that I'll be a singer in my, passion or in my future life, because I have never thought that I can give that importance to a cultural field where studies are more important, doing job is more important than following your passion. So I never thought that music can ever be my career option. But yeah, childhood was good. Childhood was into studies and little restricted because I belong from a little conservative family. Bengalis are always protected about their daughter and all. And yeah, but it was cool. It was good. Few of the stories are there which are really, I mean, if you think at that point of time, it might not affect, because being a child, you don't really understand what happens to you. But once you grow up, you understand what was, like who has actually complimented you, who has made fun of you. So you gradually understand that later. So things have started happening from my childhood itself, but I have never acknowledged those. I have understood that when I've grown up more. So it was mixed. The childhood was, in a roller coaster ride. Everyone does have the same, I guess.
Tell us something about your parents. Who else are there in the family?
So I have a joint family. I have my younger brother, my mom, dad. I have my nanny. I lost my grandpa, I guess when I was in 11th standard. I have my chacha, chachi, and tau, taiji. Sab, it's a long family, big family.
Okay. And how was your childhood? That's a saying in Hindi that वो कहते हैं ना कि पूत के पाँव पालने में ही नजर आ जाता है. So was it like already decided from childhood कि आपको singing ही करना है?
No, it was never sort of that. I said that singing was never in my mind that it can be my career option. The first thing in
Okay.
my life that I wanted to become in my childhood was air hostess. I wanted to become an air hostess. But after that, the profession kept on changing to doctor, to then I have pursued engineering, and then it has come to a singer. So it has been multiple dreams, multiple thoughts, but have stuck to one at the end.
You completed engineering finally?
Yes, I have done my engineering.
Wonderful.
bachelor's
So
in-
I have one more engineer in the house who I can relate to. There's a saying in the startup world that if you really want to do something, do it after engineering.
Actually, every engineer can do anything. I believe so, because engineer, you can put any engineer anywhere. They can gel up everywhere. I guess so.
Right. So now as we talk about singing, we have to ask you about your initial transition to music. How it happened? Tell us something about that journey.
So basically, my musical journey started from my mom, because as she's a singer, so I have started learning from her, and gradually I have it was 3 years. I was 3 years old maybe. I started learning from my mom, and then gradually when I was in 5th standard, I started like general training from professional people and all. In Tripura, I would say it was good because it has made my base. After that, I have gone to Kolkata actually for my studies. So there I have pursued my music more and more, and there I have actually realized this now this is the time I have to quit engineering. I have to switch to my profession. I have to switch my passion, because in the college life only I had this realization. So I was learning back there. I have evolved as a musician more when I've shifted in Mumbai. After Indian Idol, I have evolved more as a musician because I got to see the struggles and a person like faces after they land up to that city of dreams. It's a vast city. You just land up there and you can see it's like, the ocean of learning. You can't even decide where to go, where not to go, because there are many people who belongs from the same profession. They don't like really. You won't even find a place that इतने सारे singers वहाँ पे already मौजूद है. You can't even say कि when I'm gonna reach where. So it's like still I'm struggling, but yes, it's a beautiful journey. It's like I have felt every stage. I have seen every stage of struggle here. So yeah.
Okay. So as we are talking about singing here, we have to talk about your gurus, your initial mentors who guided you in the music industry.
Yeah. Okay, so I have started with actually Bhajan Chakravarti. And sorry, my first would be my mom, Mrs. Aparna Saha. Then I started with Mr. Bhajan Chakravarti. Then it kept on increasing more. I can name 10 gurus in my life I have, but I have never had one stagnant. Like ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ है कि एक गुरु के साथ I was stuck for a longer time, because I am a person who keep on traveling. I'm never stuck in a place. Like half of the time I'm traveling. Half of the time in my entire schedule I'm traveling. So I'm not able to focus on one guru. So my gurus are always on phone, or I keep on changing gurus as soon as I land in a different city. So actually the last guru that I had, I'm still learning from, is Ustad Murtuza Mustafa Khan. He's the son of late Pandit Mustafa Khan, Ghulam Mustafa Khan. So I'm learning from him right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now I'll move on to my co-founder Namrata, and she's going to take over the next part. So Namrata, over to you now.
Yeah, thanks, Sahil. Well, Krishna Kali, I have to mention this that, I being from Assam, whenever we see somebody from Northeast in any reality show, of course, we love that. And me and my family, I think we all have supported you a lot.
Thank you so much.
I'm really excited for this. So yeah, coming back, we thought of asking you some really intense questions.
Yes.
So, tell us something about unpleasant or a challenging memory from your growing up years. We learn a lot from failures. It's just not success, right? So can you share something about that?
So basically, this also relates to my personality. I am a kind of introvert person. I was never outspoken. Like, I don't even know how to talk. So I was very scared while I wanted to talk to somebody. So that was one disadvantage of mine through which people have misunderstood me. Like, people always have this tendency also right now that I am somebody who is very hard to handle, or a very sophisticated kind of personality, which I'm not. I'm really opposite to that. When people gradually starts knowing me, they know me what fun factor I have inside. So, and like, I easily get judged by people. Still it happens. So the judgmental factor is so overpowering that sometimes even being positive in your life, you actually can't be positive 365 days. There is a certain breakdown that happens at a certain time, and that breakdown is massive. You might not able to handle. So there were times when it was like out of the world. I was not able to control it. Something wrong might have happened, but then I thought, no, it's not the time that I should be doing this. Rather, I should be utilizing my anger in something productive. So yeah, actually in my college life, I remember there was a faculty member who, like, I am not a very kind of person who would go and butter the teacher, give me this, that, this and this, which generally happens in the lab exams in engineering life, I know. So it's like always there, people are always after the lab teacher. So that lab teacher, you just humiliated me before everybody. So she was like, only singing won't help you reach to heights. Singing won't pass you engineering or this sort. From that day, and obviously on the first day of your first year of engineering, you can't be hearing this from a teacher. It's like something which would give you morally down, which made me do that. So I was like very determined. I'm not going to do engineering anymore. I'm gonna keep it aside as a hobby. Let my music be my passion now. Engineering will be a hobby which I need to pass. I'll just pass. But I don't want to focus on this because my something which I believe is respect. If people can't give me respect, even if I'm not wrong, so I'm not gonna bother. Like I'm not gonna even care about those, even if that is somebody who was like in a big post or something. So yeah, this judgmental factor has been massive, and it still is there.
Right.
I don't care actually. Right now, I don't bother them because I know people will judge me because they somehow think about me. And if some people are also thinking, that means they're investing time on me. So let it be bad, good, whatever let it come. I'll deal with it.
I really love that spirit.
Yeah.
We really need
And
that.
just to interrupt here, Krishngali,
Yes.
you told about the teachers and the professors. So Namrata has been a faculty herself.
Okay. I am a teacher myself right now. I know. So it's coming back.
I know. But I really love the spirit. Yeah. Sometimes we just don't have to give a damn.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Also, you once mentioned on national television, about an incident that happened in school or college days, about being bullied
Yeah.
and about being dusky, how people criticized you. So, all this while, did you have someone like a constant support to whom you can always turn to share, like who always stood by you, Would you like to mention somebody special?
It's not one person special. It's actually 3 people special. Not 3, it's actually 4 people. My mom, my dad, my little brother, and my partner. Like, partner for 8 years. I don't know how long we are gonna be destined together. Best friend, partner, this. So these are the 4 people whom I look up to. I know if the world turns like 360 degree around, like force the back to me, only these 4 people will be standing. And this 4 people has always supported me because I am such a person who gets emotional very easily, who breaks down very easily. But looking to their spirit and looking to their support towards me has always motivated me. Like no matter what. Now I carry my color with proud. Earlier it was completely opposite. It was like I was never confident with my skin. I was never confident with what I am doing or how am I looking. Right now I love it. I mean, whoever thinks what, I really don't know. But I love myself right now. So yeah.
Definitely you should. I mean, everybody's beautiful in their own ways.
I know, yeah. True, very true.
Okay, let's talk about reality shows because you have been a part of it. So बाहर से तो सब बहुत अच्छा दिखता है. It looks quite fancy. But how is it inside? Like, can you just give us a sneak peek into it?
It's like somewhat what you see on TV. ये बहुत हद तक सच है, लेकिन बहुत हद तक नहीं है क्योंकि जो सच हम देख नहीं पाते वो सच एक्चुअली पब्लिक देखना नहीं चाहती. ये है सच. पब्लिक को ऐसी सच मतलब ऐसा कुछ देखना है जो उनको एंटरटेन करे. That's why television is teaching them something somehow. Like if 100% is the limit, 80% the real, 20% fakeness is there because that brings the TRP of a channel. That brings the reach of the channel.
So, okay, that was great insight. I mean, well, you are into a singing profession, we as artists. So, singing requires a lot of, constant hard work, like riyaz that we say. So, what would you like to say to youngsters, who are, want to be a part of this profession, who comes from these remote places, and they have a lot of dreams in their eyes, and they just think, एक बार reality show में जाएंगे, जीत जाएंगे और ऐसा हो जाएगा. So what would you really like to tell them?
Actually, my message would be don't just focus on for a reality show, but focus on to become a good singer. The constant practice and dedication to, you have to be honest to your art. Like right now, if I only think that I just want to go to the reality show, that's why I'm hardworking, it might take you to that level, but after that you're gonna switch back. which is not going to affect you. So you must target for the highest, not something like for a temporary thing. You must target for the permanent solution to it. So the hard work is there. And these days I believe that every person should have different taste of music, because music has explored so vastly, like in every language and every genre. Music has expanded. I believe like a classical singer should also go to listen hard rock. A hard rock person should also listen to classical. Like everyone should have a listening power, so that they can explore more in their own music and not just copy. Just you can't be copy and vomit it right there what you have just learned. You should actually have to experience something from your own, build something new from your own. That should be the spirit for everybody.
Thank you so much, Krishna Kali. Sahil, over to you.
Okay. So, Krishna, we have decided this podcast in certain segments that some part is going to be asked by me and some part is going to be taken over by the ladies in the house here. So, coming back to some fun questions now. I hope you're ready.
Yes, definitely I am.
Yeah. So, what excites you apart from music?
Cooking.
And
Cooking, like
cooking. Okay. What
yes.
do you like to cook? If
I
you can
cook,
share
I can
some.
cook everything. I can cook everything because I love cooking. After music, if something I would want to pursue is like being a master in cooking and all. So I love doing that.
So So I'll just say first things are always special in life, like your first day of school, first day of college, first friend, first audition in your case, right? So, but I'm not going to ask any of these. Tell us something about that particular moment when you received your first paycheck, and how was the moment like? What did you do with that amount of money?
So actually the first paycheck that I got, I have never thought that I'll be getting this much of amount of money, but it was really huge for me. I have handed it over to my dad and he was like, no, you keep it as a saving and all. But I have given it no thought and I have switched back it to spending and all sort of. But the first paycheck, when I got it in my hand, it was like, okay, so this is what I'm working for, and this is a feeling of relief. I don't know what sort of feeling it happens, but if this is something, this is my hard work. After that, actually, I have invested that for my music setup. I mean, because every musician needs a setup and all. So yeah, right. I'm just like invested that on that money.
You think you're good at managing money?
I am actually. I am a very good. I'm a smart person while saving and where to invest. So I choose my money accordingly and I invest it accordingly. So yes, I am.
Okay, maybe I need to learn something from you. Yeah. So coming back to next thing. So now, like I'll be asking a very intense question again. So while all those fame was coming to you, you were there on the national television and like people were seeing you from across the country. So was it any moment where when वो कहते हैं ना कि success सर पे चढ़ जाता है. So even for a single moment, did you feel like कि now I'm a star, I'm a celebrity, now मैं अब दिखा दूंगी उन सारे लोगों को जिन्होंने मेरा मजाक उड़ाया था?
No, actually, I have never got this feeling ever. Like I still don't get this feeling. I don't know why. Sometimes even people tell me, at least you should be proud for what you got. So I say, yes, I am proud, but somehow I feel that this was not enough. There is more to do it. So I am like really never satisfied with my work. So it's like always I feel kuch to kami reh gayi. So, and also about this, getting flown away by the all media attention, this, I never got this. I never wanted to feel this because I knew one thing my dad has taught me very well, I guess. I am blessed that this person has been there as a, motivational person. So he has always taught me the day you try flying from the ground, like जब जमीन से पाँव उड़ जाते हैं ना, जब ज्यादा उड़ने लगते हैं बहुत जल्दी गिर भी जाते हैं. तो अपने पाँव जमीन पे रखना सीखना, चाहे कितना भी फेम कितना भी पैसा आ जाए, अपना जो एक होता है ना कि अपना नेचर वो उसको कभी नहीं खोना है, उसको वहीं पे रखना है. बी वेरी ग्राउंडेड. सो I don't know, this comes in me and I am always like this. So no, nothing has taken me up. Like ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ है कि मैं बहुत ज्यादा उड़ने लगी, ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ.
Awesome. What was your what were the reactions of your friends who were bullying you in the college after they saw you on Indian Idol and G Saregama? Did you get a chance to speak to them?
Yes, actually, few of my friends, few of them found it offended, and few of them I'm not in touch with right now. Few of my seniors, after the interview, after the audition, there was a massive breakdown in the internet from my college seniors, this and this, that this girl is trying to taking sympathy, she's trying to gain sympathy from people. So initially that has hurt me. Like, it was really painful because nobody knows my story, nobody knows the pain that I have gone through, so people start judging right there. So yeah, after that, actually, I always had a Chhattis ka akhda with my college. I don't know why. This Chhattis ka akhda with seniors also and with faculty also, because I'm a person who can never take wrong things. Like, अगर वो गलत है तो गलत है, मैंने बोल देती हूँ. I can never take this anything wrong happening to me. तो मैं बोल देती हूँ, that people can't take. And उसकी वजह से कॉलेज के साथ अभी, like, I am actually out of touch. So few of people are there who I'm touched, like 2 or 3 people who are still in touch with me. They have never judged me. I'm glad actually they have never judged me. But बाकियों ने तो judge करके, मतलब इंटरनेट बहुत, like, I have had massive troll amount of people. अभी भी troll चलता रहता है, तो हाँ, वो तो है, वो चलता ही
Even
रहता
after they saw you on Indian Idol stage.
Everybody, yes, nobody stops. तो I enjoy. अभी तो मैं enjoy करने लगी हूँ. कितना troll करेंगे यार? हर एक post नया दिन आएगा, I'll repost it. क्या होगा?
Right. And then what I feel like when people are trolling behind your back, somebody told me a long time ago, बात उन्हीं की होती है जिनमें कुछ बात होती है.
सही बात है, ये सही बात है.
जिनकी कुछ बात ही नहीं है, उनके बारे में कौन बात करेगा?
Exactly. शायद कुछ तो है.
Yeah, not only कुछ तो है, but बहुत कुछ है. We have seen you performing and receiving appreciation from stalwarts like Javed Akhtar, Anu Malik, Sonu Nigam, Alka Yagnik. So, like, I again want to take you back through those moments, like when those people, जिनको legends बोलते हैं music industry का, when they were praising you, when they were like putting such high appreciation words in your name, how did you feel? Like, मतलब वो, take us through that moment.
Actually, this reminds me one special incident from Indian Idol. That was the last performance of mine in Indian Idol, and the elimination actually round it was. So that was the special guest was Javed Akhtar sir, Sonu Nigam sir, and I don't remember the other person. But yeah, there was a film promotion. So after my performance, Javed Akhtar ji and Anu Malik ji had a massive fight on stage, on camera actually. So that was not shown on TV because it took 30 minutes for the fight to happen. Everything got settled down after that. So that amount of time, TV, like television, they can't telecast. So they have cut it to like 5 or 6 minutes something. So
And
Javed,
if I'm right, that fight was about your elimination.
yes, no, not about my elimination. Actually, it was about the song. Actually, I sang a song, Kuch Na Kaho. So not Kuch Na Ho. It was
प्यार हुआ चुपके से.
प्यार हुआ चुपके से. Yes, thank God you remember. So प्यार हुआ चुपके से वो जावेद अख्तर जी सॉन्ग. So मैंने वो गाना गाया, उनको बहुत पसंद आया. Like, but Anu Malik pointed out few things. So तब जावेद अख्तर जी ने शायरी में उनको बातें बोली कि मतलब तुम कुछ मत सोचो कृष्ण के लिए, you are the best and this. I have the full recording with me, but वो episode का actually.
It's there on YouTube as well. We've all
Yes.
seen.
Yeah. So even after the performance, so I thought कि शायद ये बोला होगा स्क्रिप्ट के लिए, शायद सर को बोला गया होगा कि ठीक है प्रेज कर देना. But even after the episode ended, हमारा एक क्या होता था, फोटो सेशन होता था सबको खड़े करके with a guest. So that time जावेद अख्तर जी came himself near to me, बोला मैं इस लड़की के साथ पिक्चर लूंगा. फिर खड़े हुए मेरे साथ वो, एंड उन्होंने मेरे कान पे बोला, बेटा आपने बहुत अच्छा गाया, ओरिजिनल से भी अच्छा साउंड कर रहा था, आप कुछ मत सोचो, ये बात जो भी बोले कुछ दिल पे मत लो, आप बस ये सोचो कि आपने अच्छा गाया. So वो मेरे लिए ना, that was something more special than anything else. एलिमिनेशन हो जाए कुछ भी हो, एक इंसान जिन्होंने गाना खुद लिखा, उनको खुद से पसंद आया, and he has appreciated me for that. So I was like, okay, चलो थोड़ा सा मुझे अपने आप पे अभी बिलीव होने लगा.
Okay. So the last thing about the reality show question I wanted to ask. So what happens once you are part of that reality show and once you come out of that show? There's that friendship that's developed over the phase of that singing journey in the reality show, how long did it continue? Because social media में ऐसा बोलते हैं कि reality show के friendship से वहीं तक रह के रुक जाते हैं.
नहीं, मतलब ये कुछ हद तक गलत है, कुछ हद तक सही हो जाती है, क्योंकि एक्चुअली रियलिटी शो के बाद हर कोई बहुत बिजी हो जाता है, हर किसी को फेम मिलता है, नाम मिलता है, तो अपने काम में सारे व्यस्त हो जाते हैं. लेकिन इवन आफ्टर दैट पीपल ट्राई टू कनेक्ट टू ईच अदर. मेरे तो सबके साथ कनेक्शन नहीं है, लेकिन है, बहुत लोगों के साथ है. हम लोग काम के लिए भी हम लोग बातें करते हैं. सो जो बॉन्ड वहां पे बनता है ना, वो एक्चुअली बहुत रियल बनता है. तो वो टाइम एक फैमिली टाइम हो जाता है. इवन आफ्टर यू कम आउट, लाइक ऐसा होता है ना कि साल में एक दिन बात हो गया तो फिर अगले साल भी बात हुआ, वी से कम टू द सेम टर्म्स ओनली. ऐसा नहीं कि कोई कलेश हो गया बीच में. So नहीं, it is not true that they don't end up good. Actually, it becomes a family जो continue होता रहता है बात.
आप टच में हैं अभी भी?
जी, मैं सारे लोगों के साथ टच में हूँ.
मतलब कभी-कभी इतना सब कुछ होता है आपके साथ, and when you are like tasting that success which you always wanted, so डर लगता है फेम से?
फेम से डर नहीं लगता है, बस डर लगता है कि ये कितना दिन रहेगा.
ओके.
क्योंकि हर कोई चाहता है कि उसको फेम मिले, हर कोई चाहता है कि वो नाम कमाए, लेकिन ये कंसिस्टेंसी कब तक बनी रहेगी? क्योंकि मतलब ये कंपटीशन फील्ड इतना बड़ा है ना, मतलब आपको ये अनसर्टेन है आपके लिए. आप कभी ये नहीं सोच सकते हो कि आज आपने लाखों में कमाया है तो करोड़ों में आप बाद में कमाओगे. ऐसा भी हो सकता है आप 1000 में आ जाओ. सो इट्स लाइक कंटिन्यूअस जर्नी जो आर्टिस्ट का होता रहता है. और ये फेम को एग्जिस्टेंट रखने के लिए आपको मतलब मेहनत से मेहनत करना पड़ता है. रियलिटी शो के बाद असली मेहनत चालू होती है. तो वो फेम आप कितना बरकरार रख सकते हो, वो एक प्रेशर होता है डेफिनेटली.
Okay. But now I'm going to give you a little bit challenging and tricky task. I have to ask you to pick 3 songs that is very close to your heart. I know it's very tough task for an artist, for a singer. Because as like a mother, all the childs are special, all the children are special. So if you have to pick 3 of the songs that is very close to your heart, it might be your own composition, it might be somebody else's as well.
Actually it's tough, but yeah, so I have one song is Heer from Jab Tak Hai Jaan. I guess you all might have heard.
Yes.
Second one is Hale Dil. And third one is Lambi Judai from Reshma Ji. So these songs are my like always go-to songs. ये कभी मैं सुनना नहीं भूलती. So I can listen to them all day.
Now, basically, since you have mentioned the names of the song, we are so greedy people. We want to hear few lines from you. Anyone?
Okay. So I'll sing the song Lambi Judai because that's one of my favorite. ये मतलब ऑडिशन के दिन भी याद दिला देते हैं कभी कभार. So that's why. बिछड़े अभी तो हम बस कल परसों जीऊंगी मैं कैसे इस हाल में बरसों. मौत ना आई तेरी याद क्यों आई, हाय लंबी जुदाई 4 दिनों दा प्यारियो रब्बा बड़ी लंबी जुदाई, लंबी जुदाई. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You know, like I literally felt numb while you were singing those lines, especially like कुछ लोगों की आवाज में वो बात होती है when they leave you speechless. And I'm not just buttering, but I must say this was coming right from the heart.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Means a lot. Thank you.
The conversation part is over. Now we'll open up for a small little Q&A round here. So all my team members are going to ask you one thing each.
Okay,
so guys,
all of
please
them.
make it quick. And I think Krishna Gali will also be like ready if somebody requests one more song to sing during the Q&A?
I'll try my best.
Yeah, over to you guys. Starting from Namrata.
Well, I think we heard her lovely, lovely voice. That's what I was wanting to hear.
Thank you so much.
And you sing lovely. So, these are difficult times during this pandemic. So, how do you deal with this? Like, do you have kind of prepared a strategy, a plan, what you're going to do next? Because things are so uncertain, right? And especially for artists. So, what is it like?
No, there is nothing sort of planned that I do every morning because, see, as you said, it's everything very uncertain. So I am always in a certain state of worry because I always worry about my parents here. Also, I have grandmom that is, she's old right now. Because right now where I'm staying, the cases are increasing too much. So I'm not being very good with my, thought process. I'm being a little worry every day. But yeah, I try to keep myself calm through every time I start playing my piano and I try to sing. And right now also I'm doing household course. I have started become the bai again when I've landed at home. So right now exactly right now I'm just trying to keep myself distracted in every sort of ways so that I don't really think much about the disease and all. That's it.
Right. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Quickly, we can take a few more.
So, hi Krishna Kali, Kanishka this side.
Hi Kanishka, yes.
So, Krishna, I would like to know, how is your real life different from real life? Coming onto the screen, and how is both the life different?
Actually, the lives are quite equal. There is no difference. I don't think anybody can find a filter. It's just that, yeah, you can only find the difference with the makeup. In my real life, I don't do makeup. In my real life, I have to do makeup because they won't let me go without a makeup. Other than that, I'm the same person off screen. I'm the same person on screen. So it's completely same.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I'll quickly jump on to another song request from my side, and that was the audition song you sang at the Indian Idol. So I'm going to request you to have that from the movie Hamari Adhuri Kahani.
Acha, Hasi ban gaye, right?
Yes.
Okay. मैं जाने ये वार दूं, हर जीत भी हार दूं, कीमत हो कोई तुझे बेइंतहा प्यार दूं, मैं जाने ये वार दूं, हर जीत भी हार दूं, कीमत हो कोई तुझे बेइंतहा प्यार दूं, सारी हदें मेरी अब मैंने तोड़ दी, देकर मुझे पता आवारगी बन गए, हाँ हंसी बन गए, हाँ नमी बन गए, तुम मेरे आसमां मेरी ज़मीं बन गए.
Lovely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. So moving on, see, there are certain things which will never stop if we don't put a deadline to it. So the song request can go on and on and on, but will not trouble you with more song requests. Maybe for another season, for another episode in sometime in future. So on the closing note, just wanted to ask you the last and final question from my side. Yes. I remember long years ago, many years ago, my chemistry teacher telling me there are only two things in life you have to be very careful of. And I remember those two lines very vividly even now. He said that every child is special, number one. And number two, the show must go on. So I'm going to ask you on this particular note, you already proved to everybody, I think no need to tell about all those bullies and people who criticize you during the college. But talking about the second thing, the show must go on. What's next for Krishna Kali Saha from here now?
Right now, Krishna Kali Saha is just as will be known as an independent artist. Right now I'm not going to take part in any reality shows because The competition journey has ended for me. Right now I'm focusing much on my work. And yes, there are few of the projects that I'm working on, which I soon want to launch myself as a composer as well, rather than being a singer. Okay, but yeah, right now I'm exploring the composing and music director part. So let's see what happens for Krishnagali Saha. Let's see, maybe the profession can add up 2 more titles with me. All
Wonderful. Welcome to the startup world, entrepreneurship world. So thank you, Krishnagali. It has been amazing conversation, such open-hearted conversations, and that's what is the purpose of this particular podcast. We like to bring out guests from the show, from all those parts of the country, people whose story is very unique, and so your story very inspiring, very motivating, Krishnagali. And as the words on your t-shirt say, keep it real. You kept this conversation absolutely real. So thank you so much for doing this.
so much.
And
Thank you for having
I'll move on to Nana for the last closing remarks. So Nana, over to you, and we'll close the session.
Yeah, this was a wonderful evening, and I would like to wish you and your family good health and all the best.
so much. Thank you
Be
so much.
the
And I wish-
amazing person that you are.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I wish all the good health to you both, because this is a tough time. We have to fight together. So I hope all the safe and good health for all of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It
Thank
was
you,
lovely.
Krishnagali. Thanks
It
a
was
lot.
lovely. Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.